No, you know what? I don't care how long this is going to take me to film. I don't care how difficult it's going to be. Did you see the video with the NX controller? I think I can handle this. What? Oh yeah, and some prawn crackers, please. Thanks. Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and welcome to Nintendo Life Lessons, a new series that I can't be bothered to properly explain, so here's some scrolling text. Lovely! Let's get on with it. The original Yoshi's Island has gone down in gaming history as one of the greatest and most groundbreaking platformers of our time. Shaking off the preconceived notions of Super Mario, Yoshi's Island was more about exploring and finding all the hidden items rather than just screaming towards the end goal as quickly and efficiently as possible. It's no wonder then that Nintendo would want to capitalize upon this by creating a sequel, but would it just basically be the same game but with a gimmick thrown in? No, not at all, not a bit of it. We'd have to wait until Yoshi's Island DS before that. Yoshi's story, revealed in 1996 under the name Yoshi's Island 64. Yes, I pronounce it Yoshi, not Yoshi. Everyone in the UK does that. That is normal. You are just looking for things to moan about. Its pre-rendered 3D graphics were a shock departure from the hand-drawn stylings of the original game and brought a much more true-to-life feel to the Yoshi's adventure. You might even say that they were stepping into the third dimension, only they weren't because it was 2D. Still. Nevertheless, the visuals were hugely impressive, and even though the final product wasn't quite as nicely rendered, it still stands up to this day. The plot of the game is as classic as it gets. You've got all the Yoshis frolicking around and having a bit of a natter, when all of a sudden they and their entire world gets compressed and turned into a storybook. This is fine. But all is not lost. For some reason that isn't explained at all, a clutch of 6 baby Yoshis still in their eggs aren't affected by the curse, and upon hatching don't just accept their surroundings for what they are and get on with their lives like every other species ever, but instead decide that they need to sort this apparent mess out pronto by indulging in dangerous levels of gluttony. That's right, to complete a level you don't have to reach some sort of end goal because there isn't one. You just have to run around eating as much of this stuff as possible. No peeling allowed. Alright, here we go. Pretty classic Yoshi opening style, nice and bright, colourful, but well, which stage do I choose? There's a standard looking level, a level with the most horrifying wigglers ever to grace a video game, one with a load of floating cloud things, and a massive tower that doesn't look anything like any of the other levels. This is a common occurrence in Yoshi's story, and whilst it does add some really fantastic variety, it does make each page's theme a bit redundant. But I'm not going to judge too harshly, we've done that level, so let's move on to Jesus Christ! You know, when I was younger, this scene literally scared the dickens out of me. Like, seriously, you know, my school was putting on a production of Oliver Twist, and in that one moment, I forgot all my lines. School never recovered. This is also the world where you'll run into everybody's favourite terrifying bastard, Blarg. Oh, and that bone dragon that tried to escape the pages of the game and tear your real-life face off? You'll see a couple of them around the level, and if you look really hard, you'll even find a 3-headed one. Later on, you'll also find blorps, which eat you whole. Normal. This is normal for a children's game. Nicely played, Japan. Sleepless nights in the Alex household were numerous and varied in 1998, so well done. Speaking of children, you may have heard that this game is easy, and if you're a whiny baby who doesn't go for a 30-melon run every single level except when you've got a limited amount of time to record all the footage you need for a YouTube video, then yeah, this game is pretty straightforward. If, however, you're playing properly and don't allow yourself to eat anything but the previously mentioned fruit of limited quantity, what starts off as gentle playtime rapidly becomes a hurricane of liquid hardship. Oh, and you know those 6 Yoshis that you choose from at the start? They're your lives. Yeah, if you lose all of them, it's game over. Like, seriously, game over. No continues, no start-overs, no do-overs. None of that stuff. You are basically just left with this most horrible, guilt-inducing music that you will ever hear. You can get Yoshis back by finding friendly white Shy Guys in certain levels, but that doesn't make my point as effective, so if you don't tell anyone, I won't. Look at this little fella. When you're standing near a Shy Guy, he actually growls like a dog. This Yoshi's about 5 minutes old, and it already knows that these things aren't to be trusted. I mean, that's the kind of blinkered attitude I can really get behind. You know, I don't think I even ever finished this game when I was younger. Yeah, I got to the final boss, but I'm pretty sure there are still levels I haven't played to this day because of how you unlock them, and that's pretty rare for a Nintendo game, though I say so myself. Yoshi's Story is a very different game to Yoshi's Island in many ways, but we owe so much to this game, far more than you might think. This was the first instance of an upright, walking, talking Yoshi. Okay, maybe not walking, but definitely talking and upright. This game stripped Yoshi from Mario entirely, creating his own world and his own series of games. I mean, you could argue that it started with Yoshi's Island, but Baby Mario was still there, and the less said about that geezer, the better. And simply, the game is a lot of fun. I mean, I suppose I'm biased. I never actually owned the game, only ever borrowing it from my neighbour, so it holds a certain enigmatic charm for me, but even so, I don't think it deserves the bad reputation that a lot of people give it. And so, the lesson for today is, never lick someone else's melons without their permission. It's just rude. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you turn the page so that subscribe button can grow even happier, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye. Yoshi's Story is a very no peeling allowed. Aha! Oh my god, why did I do this to myself? Oh god, where am I? Ah, Jesus. Oh god, that better be worth it.